Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. I woke up like this, deep divers all magical and fly, just, whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Raising the frequency, I feel so much better now. Raising the vibration, I feel so much better now. Sending you a wave of good ass energy, deep divers. The cat down the road said, you feel fantastic. Fantastic. A big shout out to everybody out there who's joined the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart Deep Divers. Click the link down below and be inspired. And some good news for you, deep divers. Feel Alive Part 2 is finished. 500 pages. Feel Alive 2. Unlock your infinite power. It is gonna be launching on Amazon very soon, on Kindle, EPUB. You're gonna love it, okay? Now, free speech is coming back. Thank goodness. And recently, Mark Zuckerberg was talking about how he was gonna bring free speech back to Instagram, Facebook, Meta, right? And I'm listening, I'm like, okay, it's about time. We've been waiting for this, right? Deep divers, nothing is more important than your free speech. And in this video, you're going to be inspired, empowered, and do a little samba, baby. I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support The Real, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real, because we got a whole lot to talk about. I'm going to play you what Mark said, and I'm also going to give you my whole take on everything to do with free speech, okay? Look, if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation. Amazing things are coming your way this year. I know it seems kind of dark and gloomy, everything happening in California. Oh my gosh, the world is ending. No. Deep divers, the best is yet to come, okay? And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? So deep divers, let me play you what Mark said and we can talk about it.
Hey everyone. I want to talk about something important today because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes, similar to X.
About time. It is about time they got rid of those fact checkers. Like the amount of people who post on Instagram, post removed, right? Facebook, post removed. So that's a good step in the right direction.
Starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, We're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now we're going to focus those filters.
Those filters, deep divers, are crazy. I remember posting some things on Facebook and they just removed them. I'm like, what? There's nothing even wrong with this. But it's the AI, and so many people have been affected by this, like censorship, and it's awful. And it's about time they got rid of it, okay? It's about time. Even the cat down the road knows that.
On tackling illegal and high severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action. The problem is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't. So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms. We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before taking down content. The reality is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff, but we'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down. Fourth, we're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed, so we stopped recommending these posts. But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. So we're going to start phasing this back into Facebook.
And the reason why they want to see it is because things are happening. Take a look at what's going on in California with the wildfires. Take a look at the election that just happened. All around the world, things are happening, and it's political. So it's people's right to express themselves on social media about how they feel without censorship. That's just common sense, right?
Facebook, Instagram, and Threads while working to keep the communities friendly and positive. Fifth, we're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas. As we work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us build trust.
It seems like all the renegades are moving to Texas. You had Joe Rogan, now you got Meta, right?
To do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams. Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. The US has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world. Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there. Latin American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. China has censored our apps from even working in the country. The only way that we can push back on this global trend is with the support of the US government. And that's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the US government has pushed for censorship. By going after us and other American companies, it has emboldened other governments to go even further. But now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it. It'll take time to get this right, and these are complex systems. They're never going to be perfect. There's also a lot of illegal stuff that we still need to work very hard to remove. But the bottom line is that after years of having our content moderation work focus primarily on removing content, it is time to focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our systems, and getting back to our roots about giving people voice. I'm looking forward to this next chapter. Stay good out there, and more to come soon.
Well, I just want to say this. It's long overdue. It's about time. It is about time because so many people out there had their videos removed. Put your hand up, deep divers, if you had one of your videos removed. I did. Back in 2020, deep divers, I made a video about what was going on with COVID and the pandemic, and I was just expressing myself. Uh-oh, Ralph, that video has to be removed. I said, why? I'm just expressing how I feel. Can't I do that? No, you can't, Ralph. Oh my gosh. You went against who? Who's who? World Health Organization. Uh-oh. Well, I was kind of lucky, deep divers, because you see, so many other people, they had their entire platform removed, their entire livelihood removed. They can't provide for their family. It's awful. And during that time, it was terrible. It was frightening because it's like you couldn't even say anything. So while Zuckerberg is saying, okay, we're going to bring free speech back on Meta, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, sounds good, but hold him to it. Let's see if he actually delivers, because you see, talk is cheap. But Mark, I want to go one step further. It's not just about your free speech. It's about compensation. What do I mean by that? Like, I want you to compensate everyone who's lost a channel through your platforms. I want you to compensate people who have had their entire Facebook account deleted. Compensate them. I think you've got a few coins in your pocket, Mark. That's what the cat down the road told me. You should compensate them, because so many people have lost their livelihoods because you removed their entire account with censorship, right? For censorship and all of these things, right? So yes, it's good that he's now starting to wake up, but at the same time, it's a bit late. Nevertheless, we've got to remind ourselves that there was a time when you couldn't say anything at all. And thank goodness that time is slowly coming to an end, because deep divers, free speech is coming back. Free speech is your birthright. It's everybody's birthright. You know, what's really helped me to become my greatest version is to speak my truth, even if my voice shakes. Slow motion this side. And if you want to become your greatest version, deep divers, speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Look, I wrote down this. Being free is your birthright. Being free is your birthright. And you've got to remind yourself, when you're scrolling on TikTok, on Instagram, for so long, you couldn't find the truth. They were hiding the truth. It was nowhere to be seen. And it's about time, Mark. Oh, it's about time that people have uncensored content. It's about time. Because for so long, people have been censored. For so long, people have been told to shut up and be quiet. Look, six corporations in the US control over 90% of the media. That's everything you see, read, watch, okay? Comcast, NBC Universal, Disney, CBS, Viacom, News Corporation, AT&T. So they control everything. All the news channels, entertainment channels, sports channels is owned by six corporations. Now, if we go back to 1983, it was only 50 companies that controlled over 90% of the media. Now it's only 6. And there's a war going on in Silicon Valley. There's a war going on because, you see, you've got corporations that still want to control everything and censor information and hide the truth. But what you're seeing is that their numbers are dwindling. Their numbers are plummeting. Legacy media is coming to an end because more and more people want to watch Infinite Waters, baby. Oh, you're so kind. More and more people want alternative information. More and more people want alternative news. More and more people want a new perspective. That's the reason why legacy media is over. And the good news, deep divers, is that free speech is coming back. Because once again, you got billionaires who are saying, okay, we are going to bring it back on our platforms. Now, once again, take everything with a pinch of salt. But at the same time, it is a step in the right direction. Could it be that Mark is doing this because he sees that even his numbers are dwindling? A lot of people aren't using Facebook. They're just in, then they're out. They're not staying there because they realize that they can't express themselves how they want to express themselves. So even he's feeling the pressure to say, actually, okay, we got to promote free speech. Okay, we got to stop this censorship. Okay, this is what the people want. Okay, whoops, people are going elsewhere. They're going to Rumble. Different platforms are taking everyone who was on Instagram, on Facebook, because they are promoting free speech. And Mark is like, oh my gosh, well, I don't want to get left behind, right? So when you remind yourself, millions, billions, not just millions, billions of people are waking up right now. We're in the age of the Great Awakening. People want alternative media, alternative information. They don't want to be controlled. They don't want to be told what to think, how to think. They want the information to choose for themselves. And this is the reason why it's a great time we're living in. It's a phenomenal time we're living in because free speech is coming back and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Even the cat down the road is doing a little samba, baby. What does this mean? It means that in every single city all around the world, someone has a smartphone, a tablet, a computer, and they have access to unfiltered, unbiased information. This is going to be the catalyst for the Great Awakening. This is what's going to lead to more and more people finding out the truth of how everything works in this society. And that's the good news. When you realize that the truth will set you free. And it's time for people to start embracing and protecting their free speech. Millions of people all around the world are beginning to see the light. There's a reason why the music industry is collapsing. It's because people are talking. They're no longer suppressing. There's a reason why these big producers in Hollywood, the Weinsteins, justice is happening. Because people are saying, wait a second, what happened on that casting couch? We need to talk about it. And that's the reason why free speech must be protected at all times, because free speech leads to justice. Slow motion this side. And right now on the planet, people are ready to embrace free speech because it leads us to becoming our greatest version. Deep divers, look, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you're ready to protect your free speech. And share this video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you join the New Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart. Deep divers, click the link down below and be inspired and feel alive too. Unlock Your Infinite Power by Ralph Smart. The 500-page book is coming on Amazon very soon. It's finished. In the meantime, check out the #1 best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book, The Bible of Becoming Your Greatest Version, and the latest new book, The Book of 1111 Infinite Quotes by Ralph Smart at ralphsmart.com/the-book, The Secret Recipe to Becoming Your Greatest Version. And go and get the Good Ass Prana shirts, Deep Divers, all new designs you're going to love for men, women, children, even cats down the road. At ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you're a sexy ass model, woo, with a whole lot of heart, you want to model the clothing, well, go and buy some. And if you want a one-to-one consultation with me so I can help you become your greatest version personally, make sure you book it at ralphsmart.com/one-to-one sessions. Deep Divers, protect your free speech. I am. That's why I'm just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Deep Divers, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Every single day, we've got to remind ourselves that nothing is more powerful than our free speech. And yes, it's good that people in powerful positions are starting to wake up to say, you know what? We need to bring free speech back to our platforms. But I want to go one step further. You also need to compensate people who've lost their platforms because of your censorship. That's a slow motion, right? So, Deep Divers, I'm excited because free speech is coming back. Let's embrace it. Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Yo! Once again, Deep Divers, hit that like button if you support The Real. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation. One love, Deep Divers. Peace.